Hello everybody, what is going on? It's Jimmy here back with another video. Today, my friends, I wanted to ask you guys a question. Which PlayStation 5 console is right for you? So let's get into this. So the thing is, I think that for me, the PlayStation 5 all digital is not going to cut it, guys. I like to keep my games. I like to have a collection of games. I like to look at my games. I like to open them up. I like to read the instruction manuals. Rest in peace to instruction manuals. I like all that type of stuff, guys. And the thing is that I feel that even though they're going to be cutting a serious amount of how many PlayStation 5 games they're going to sell at the store, because if they're going to offer two versions and a lot of people are just going to be buying digital, they're not going to stock it like they stock Ghost of Tsushima at Target or Best Buy or GameStop. They're not. They're only going to put 7 or 8 of them out there. There's not going to be 30 of them behind the game like they do it at Target, and you have to ask them to undo it. That's so stupid. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think someone's really going to steal a game? You know what you do? Just put a little sensor on them or something so nobody steals them. I honestly also like buying pre-owned games. Like, what's going to happen when it goes all digital? I recently, yesterday, picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 after beating Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition a couple months ago, and I've been currently playing Future Connected, right? Well, the thing is, I found it for only $40, and the guy charged me $5 in shipping, so I only had about $45 in it. All of them on eBay are like $50 to $60, guys, used, and the thing is on the eShop, they're $60, so I saved about $15. If it's all digital, how am I ever going to be able to save that money? That money's going to be gone, guys. You might think $15 is not that much, but think about it this way, okay? Over the course of the entire generation, I wait on games I'm not sure about buying. I wait a couple years so I can get them used, guys, and literally pay nothing for them. Not a couple, usually like one, okay? And honestly, sometimes you can even get great deals on new physical games. When is that going to happen? When the eShop sale happens once a year? Like, to me, it's just stupid, and I feel like, honestly, if you want to buy a PlayStation 5 all digital, go for it, but there's more repercussions, and I'm going to talk about storage next. Okay, so no one knows because it is going to be the fastest SSD the world has ever seen, apparently. This is the rumor going around. Well, Sony announced themselves, so it's more than a rumor. It's the truth. It's apparently going to be the fastest SSD anyone's ever seen, so that means that they're probably going to be taking proprietary SSDs so that you can only use theirs on the console, which is a great idea, but the problem is you have to buy their thing, so there's going to be a Sony markup on all these things. So instead of paying like $100 for a terabyte or like $70 for a terabyte, you're going to be paying like $200 for it probably, guys. And the thing is, games are not getting smaller. Call of Duty, some of the newer ones are literally 200 gigabytes. If you think about it, a terabyte can only hold about 4 of those games by the time you do updates and everything else. Do you want to only have 4 games on your system at all times? To me personally, I'd rather just have the cartridges like I do with my Switch or the CDs like I do with my Xbox. And for me, I am going to be buying the PlayStation 5 physical because, guys, these things to me are not worth it. I don't want to have to worry about not being able to get a good sale on a game and always having to pay full price, guys. Another thing, I like to have a physical game in my hand, and I think that's fun. The third thing is it builds onto my gaming collection, and honestly, I don't really feel like I truly own the games unless I physically own the game. I know technically on paper, well, on screen in this matter, but on screen I own the game, but the thing is, how can I show that off to my friends? How can I take the game to my friend's house? Another thing, how can I sell it to GameStop? Even though GameStop will only give me 25 cents, some games will give you like 15, 20 bucks. And if the game was terrible, I think I would rather take 15, 20 than just have it digitally and just delete it and then just have that on my account for the rest of my life about a game that's really horrible that I'll never re-download again, that I can never get any money for. I'd rather not have that. And maybe you would. I don't know. I'm not here to judge you. Maybe you want to have it that way. But for me personally, just talking about how my Nintendo Switch is, I know for a fact I will be spending $50 to $100 more on my PlayStation 5 than the average consumer because I need to get the physical disc version, guys. The thing is, Sony is pushing this because it costs them less money to make the digital version of the PlayStation 5, guys, because they no longer have to supply a box for the game. GameStop's cut percent of how much money they're going to make. Target's cut percent. Walmart's cut percent. Best Buy's cut percent. All these cutting percents are cutting their profit margin, and they'd rather you just go through them, so they just have to pay the developer and then pay themselves, guys, and they will be making buku bucks compared to before. And the Series S is apparently going to be all digital. Like, if that's true too, that's going to be another console a lot of people are not going to want, because it's going to be like, we need to have physical games, guys, and I'm not alone on this. I know a lot of people do want physical games, guys, and the thing is physical games are not going anywhere. I know they're down in sales, but you see how well vinyl records are selling now. There's going to be a revival point where physical games are the ideal scenario Mario again, guys. And if they make a Switch Pro and it does not have a cartridge disc thing, I'm going to be very mad because I'm hoping that it's going to be backwards compatible. The Switch Pro or Switch 2. I think a Switch 2. By this point, a Switch Pro would be stupid. But if it is a Switch Pro and it does not take Switch games, then that would make no sense. But a Switch 2 that doesn't take Switch games would make a little more sense because what they did with the Wii U and the Switch. But honestly, I still think that was stupid, guys. I think that the Switch could have had a CD drive on it and you could only play them docked, say for example. It wouldn't have been that hard for Nintendo to do. They just wanted to distance themselves with the Wii U because they wanted to resell you all the games. Like, I currently pre-ordered Pikmin 3 Deluxe on the GameStop.com, guys, and the thing is I know that basically I'm getting completely ripped off considering how cheap it was on the eShop before on the Wii U, but now I want to play it, guys, because I've never played it before and everyone says it's great, so I'm going to have to spend $59.99 plus tax, so about $65, 64 and some cents, guys, on a game that's already been out for how many years? It's like 6-7 years old by this point, and the thing is I feel that we're definitely being ripped off. Nintendo takes it off the Wii U's eShop to try to make sure no one's on there buying it. God forbid a Wii U owner actually wanted to buy something. You think after all they've put these Wii U owners through, they would at least let them keep the library that's on the system. To me, that was just such a rude thing to do, and I'm actually shocked Nintendo would do that. That is anti-consumer as it gets, guys, and the thing is honestly, we need to quit pretending like Nintendo is this perfect company, guys, because truly, they are just like Microsoft and just like Sony. They're all money hungry. Nintendo offers you better quality usually, but even with Joy-Con Drift lately, I don't know if that's necessarily the case anymore, guys. And I'm not hating on these companies. I love all of them. But the thing is, right now, I feel that you should be buying the PlayStation Digital if you have no problem buying proprietary stuff in order to make it work. If you have no problem deleting games if you can't afford to buy that type of stuff, if you have no problem never having a physical game, if you have no problem never being able to take your game to resell it somewhere or even sell it on Facebook. I bought Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on Facebook, guys. I never even bought that thing anywhere else. If you're okay with all these things and you want to make sure that you limit yourself like that, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just telling you my honest opinions on the situation, and if it was me, I would never be buying a all-digital console, but that's just how I feel on the situation. If you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm very excited to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. I always read and try to reply to your comments. I know I've missed a couple. I'm very sorry about that. I will try to do better, but the thing is, guys, if you guys did not see yesterday's video, YouTube did take it down for no reason. I apologize for the microphone quality. I had to do it on my Xbox microphone because this microphone was actually at my other house, guys, so the thing is I could not get to it. So I hope you guys are enjoying this channel, enjoying my content. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. Jimmy out of here. Thank you.